This is you, Mary and Ash, coming live to you from Jerusalem on Channel 7 News. Here behind us, as you can see, the one and only Jesus is passing through the streets, riding on a foal. The crowd is chanting and laying out their clothes and palm leaves for him to pass on. This really is a lovely sight. We have heard lots about this man who leaves miracles as he passes whenever he goes. And we've got quite the group of people here.
Hosanna!
You must stop this chanting at once. Calm your crowd. We cannot have this.
I tell you that if these should keep silent, the stones would immediately cry out.
This is preposterous.
Welcome back to Channel 7 News. This is your reporter Marola, here by this now infamous and withered fig tree. As you can see, it has completely dried up from the roots. We all know Jesus travels to the temple by day and to Bethany by night, a small little city not too far from here, on his way to the temple this fine Monday morning. Jesus cruised this fruitless tree behind us.
Let no fruit grow on you ever again.
How did the fig tree wither up so soon?
Assuredly, I say to you, if you have faith and do not doubt, you will do not only do what has been done to the fig tree, but also if you say to this mountain, be removed and cast into sea, it will be done. And whatever things you ask in prayer, believing, you will receive.
Hello and welcome. This is John in for Marola this Monday. As you have just seen, the trees that Jesus cursed dried up. Our investigative reporting for the reason that led Jesus to curse this tree allowed us to determine that it was cursed because the tree only had leaves. And as it was out of season, the leaves were a misleading sign to early crop, when in reality it had no fruits at all, whether ripe or unripe. Further research led us to conclude that this tree was similar to the symbolism of the Jewish nation, one of the most populous nations in our current time. As the Jewish nation claims to be the sole holy nation for everything, it was lacking faith, love, holiness, humility, and readiness. The Jewish brag about being the chosen people of God, yet rejected his son. This is similar to the tree looking fruitful on the outside, but not having any actual fruits.
Happy Tuesday, everybody, and welcome to your daily news. Today, Jesus was at the temple with his disciples when the Pharisees came to argue with him. They caused quite the scene. Jesus started talking to them with parables, including the parable of the talents. When leaving the temple, the disciples marveled over the great building with Jesus, before he prophesied to them about the destruction of Jerusalem and the temple.
O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the one who kills the prophets and stones those who are sent to her. How often I wanted to gather your children together, as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, but you were not willing. See, your house is left to you desolate. For I say to you, you shall see me no more till you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord.
Breaking news. We have spotted one of Jesus' disciples, Judas Iscariot, with the chief priest. They seem to be making a deal and are deep in discussion. Let's listen in on what's going on.
What are you willing to give me if I deliver him to you?
How about 30 pieces of silver?
Excellent. You got a deal.
Surely he is not betraying his master. We will fill you in the next time on Channel 7 News. Welcome back back to Channel 7 News. Previously, we saw Judas Iscariot, one of Jesus' disciples, making a suspicious deal with chief priests. Just earlier today, Jesus himself was at the house of Simon the leper in Bethany. Onlookers say they saw a woman with a flask of some very expensive fragrant oil, and then proceeded to pour it on Jesus' head as he sat.
Why this waste? For this fragrant oil might have been sold for much and given to the poor.
Why do you trouble the woman? For she has done a good work for me. For you have the poor with you always, but me you do not have always. For in pouring this fragrant oil on my body, she did it for my burial. Assuredly I say to you, wherever this gospel is preached in the whole world, what this woman has done will also be told as a memorial to her.
Hello, everyone. Happy Passover to all of those watching. I am Marcelina, here to report the daily news on Channel 7. Right now, I am outside the house of St. Mark the Evangelist, where Jesus and his disciples are to have their Passover feast. We have also heard that today will be the establishment of the First Communion, where Jesus will offer his own flesh and blood as the sacred sacrament of the Eucharist.
Assuredly I say to you, one of you will betray me.
Lord, is it I? Is it I? Is it I? Lord, is it I? Is it I? Is it I? Lord, is it I? Is it I?
He who dipped his hand with me in the dish will betray me. The Son of Man indeed goes just as it is written of him. But who to that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed? It would have been good for that man if he had not been born.
Rabbi, is it me?
You have said it. Take, eat, this is my body. Drink from it, all of you, for this is my blood of the new covenant, which is shed for the remission of sins. But I say to you, I will not drink of this fruit of the vine from now and until that the day when I drink it new with my Father in kingdom.
I hope you all had a great Passover feast. We are now at the Mountain of Olives, where Jesus and his disciples are gathered. As we saw just yesterday, Judas was talking with the chief priest, and today the disciples were a part of the establishment of the First Communion with Jesus. Let's see what they're up to.
All of you will be made to stumble because of me this night, for it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock will be scattered. But after I have been raised, I will go before you to Galilee.
No way, Lord. Even if all are made to stumble, I will never, be made to stumble?
Assuredly, I say to you that this night, before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times.
Even if I have to die with you, I will not deny you.
It seems that there is some anticipation for something about to happen. They look to be heading towards Gethsemane. We'll be right back after the break.
Bezutir agasos tagom nimba ismo bi ebshoy sabsho bini ebsotiria efowen soketi gom nimbi o nimbismo nimbi amal shaine amin Kiryeleison soketi gom nimbi o nimbismo nimbi amal shaine amin Emmanuel ben noti ben oro Soketi gom nimbi o nimbismo nimbi amay Shaine amin beshoy sisos be Christos Besutirin agasos Tagom nimba ismo bi ebshoy sabsho bini ebsotiria efowen Soketi gom nimbi o nimbismo nimbi amay Shaine amin
Welcome back, everybody. We just got to Gethsemane, where Jesus and his disciples have come.
Sit here while I go and pray over there. My soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even to death. Stay here and watch with me. O my Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will.
It looks like Peter, John, and Jacob have fallen asleep.
What? Could you not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray, lest you enter into temptation. The spirit is indeed willing, but the flesh is weak. I am going back to praying. O my Father, if this cup cannot pass away from me unless I drink it, your will be done.
Wow, they fell asleep again. Looks like he's leaving them behind and is going back to his praying once more.
Are you still sleeping and resting? Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is being betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us be going. See, my betrayer is at hand.
This is a drastic turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. Judas seems to have made that deal to betray Jesus. There he is, coming up with the chief priests and elders.
Whomever I kiss, he's the one. Seize him. Greetings, Rabbi.
Friend, why have you come?
The men are taking away Jesus. Here comes one of his disciples. Oh dear, they've cut off the high priest's servant's ear.
Put your sword in its place, for all who take the sword will perish by the sword. Or do you think that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he will provide me with more than 12 legions of angels? How then could the scriptures be fulfilled that it must happen thus? Have you come out as against a robber, with swords and clubs to take me? I sat daily with you, teaching in the temple, and you did not seize me. But all this was done that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled.
Just a bit ago, we watched Jesus be taken away and beaten after Judas's betrayal. You may recall during the Passover earlier that Jesus said Peter would deny him thrice before the rooster crowed. Although he denied it, Peter actually did end up denying any relation to Jesus 3 times before the rooster crowed. Another major event has also occurred. Judas was found dead hanging from a tree. But while Peter repented and confessed his mistakes and guilt, Judas chose to end his life. One will end up with a spot in heaven and a mighty title, and one will remain dead with the shame of his own wrongdoing.
Hello, and welcome back to Channel 7 News. As always, my name is Sandra, and I will be reporting your daily news. Yesterday was quite the eventful day, and we will see how everything turns out today. Jesus has been arrested by the soldiers, and Jesus' own disciples, with the exception of Peter and John, of course, have all abandoned him and fled at the sight. Last night, Jesus stood before the council, who mocked and laughed at him until dawn. This morning, the council convened and came to the decision that Jesus will be punished by death. They took Jesus to Pilate, the Roman governor, where he condemned him to crucifixion. The chief priest declared Jesus' actions to be blasphemous. The decision was made that Jesus would be crucified and not stoned. Neither Pilate nor Herod found any reason to have Jesus killed, and Pilate even insisted on releasing Jesus. This made people angry with disapproval.
Crucify this man!
Crucify
And
this
release to
man!
us Barabbas! Crucify this man!
Crucify
And release
this
to us
man!
Barabbas!
Barabbas is infamous for committing many crimes and shedding vast amounts of blood. He was put in prison for his rebellion and murderous ways. Pilate has come to a conclusion and washed his hands as a sign of innocence, which did not free Pilate from anything, as his heart itself was not washed. Pilate has been compelled to execute the crucifixion of Jesus. Jesus has been whipped and put in a scarlet robe. He is now being taken to Golgotha. It has now come, the time for Jesus to be put up on the cross. Crucifixion is the most agonizing and severest form of torture there is. In addition to this, there is also a great deal of mockery throughout the whole experience. They have put a sign above his head saying, "This is Jesus, the King of the Jews," in Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. We are now at the site of the crucifixion, and Jesus has been put up on the cross along with 2 other thieves since before noon. As of right now, it looks like Jesus is having a discussion with the thief on the right.
If you are truly the Christ, save yourself and save us!
Do you not even fear God, seeing you are under the same condemnation? And we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong. Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise.
Right now, we are heading into the 9th hour, and the entire earth has been dark for the past 3 hours. No one is exactly sure why, but some claim the sun could not bear to come out and watch its Savior be put up for death. The earth is also splitting open, causing major earthquakes. We have also just received another major update. The temple veil has been torn in two, and Jesus seems to be taking his last breaths.
Father, into your hands I commit my spirit.
Well, there you have it, folks. Jesus, who claims to be the King of the Jews and the Son of God, is now dead.
I would like to have the body of Jesus, please.
Very well. Just a while ago, we witnessed a man named Joseph take the body of Jesus and wrap it in clean linen cloth, and then laid it into the tomb. He was later followed by Mary Magdalene and another Mary, who returned with fragrant oils and spices. Guards have been stationed outside the tomb so that no one comes in to take the body. In just a couple days, one of the biggest events and miracles happened. Jesus has risen from the dead, just as he said he would. Stay tuned for next week to hear what happened, all exciting details, and just how he got out.